Uh, uh, Yo, I really had to hurt for it, work for it.
In a world of ordinary mortals, you are a Wonder Woman. Hello everyone, it's Sarah here, ready to bring you another exciting review of Gen V Season 2, Episode 6, titled Cooking Lessons. Before we begin though, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and that's it. Put on your cape, it's time to go and save the world. In the last episode, Kate was sent to Almira, and our heroes attempted to break her out, getting captured themselves in the process, unfortunately. Marie also finally reunited with her sister Annabeth, just not under the most ideal circumstances, since Cypher is so prone to playing mind games to fuck with his students and to push them to use their abilities to their full potential. He slits Annabeth's throat, forcing Marie to do something she's only sort of done once, save a life. However, this time it's not just some lady bleeding out at a nightclub, it's her sister, and she looks pretty dead, but then a miracle happens. Episode 2 is a much more expositionary lore dump kind of episode, where we learn the motives of some powerful players and even see some returning faces of characters we haven't seen in quite a while. We get a nice regrouping and status check on all the budding relationships, as well as some cathartic and emotional character arcs. However, this episode felt really short, given what happened in it and mostly characters are just talking. Okay, spoilers are inbound. I'll give you a quick moment to skip to the timestamp on the screen if you wish to avoid any. Still here? Let's keep going. The episode begins with the group making a break for it to escape Almira as a shit ton of guards show up to try and stop them. While running down one of the hallways, Annabeth stops as if she senses something and tells them to head for a door leading to some sort of restricted section. Was she injected with V, or is this just another one of Cypher's tactics, acting like a voice inside her head maybe? It leads to a dead end, and then Annabeth whispers, "He's almost here," seconds before Sam bursts through the wall. What? After successfully breaking out, they gotta find a place to lay low. Emma comments that Sam cool manned that wall, and Sam smiles her, whispering back his catchphrase, "Oh yeah." Emma then breaks the silence by talking about the elephant in the room, the fact that Marie just brought someone back to life. Marie has to admit Cypher was right all along. The group comes to the consensus to head to Canada, and Annabeth begins to freak out. She just wants to go back to her normal life. Well, I'm sorry that ain't happening, girl. Cypher is back at home doing his ritual with the burnt man when he gets the call that Marie and her friends escaped. He's calm about it, again, probably because this is part of his plan maybe, and instructs them to bring back Marie, and the others don't really matter. Well, I guess this isn't part of the plan, because after he hangs up, he smashes the phone and then starts punching the fuck out of the burnt man, calling him a pathetic dumpster baby, before calming back down and continuing with the physical therapy exercises. What an evil guy. The group hides out in an old abandoned school, and Jordan and Marie have a serious talk about her powers. Emma wants to call Polarity, but like many people grown up with a cell phone glued to their hand, she doesn't actually know anyone's number. When she logs into her Insta, she DMs Ali and Harper, and Sam notices another name in the group chat, Greg. He is a bit jelly about it, and Emma tries to brush it off. Annabeth approaches Marie and asks if they can talk. I mean, the last time Marie saw her would have been when she was just 12 to 13, getting her first period, right? So there's a lot to talk about since then. Turns out Annabeth is a soup. She has V in her blood. No one knows about it though. Annabeth has kept it secret very well. Kate overhears and identifies Annabeth's power set as precognition, and for people who don't know what that means, she basically knows about something before it happens. She knows all the details, etc. To sum up the conversation that follows, Annabeth basically blames Marie for everything wrong in her life, and Marie tries to apologise, but Annabeth just throws it back into her face. At Polarity's house, Cypher is there, waiting in a chair. Polarity still has no idea what happened after he had that massive headache and collapsed. Cypher tasks him to hunt Marie down, and no, he doesn't have a choice. But Cypher also lets him in on a secret, that Marie has the ability to remove any of the defects that V can have on the system. Just then Polarity's phone rings, and it's Harper asking for help. Cypher takes control of Polarity and makes him ask for the location. Back at the hideout, Annabeth is having a full-on panic attack. Her powers are basically screaming at her, big danger. Moments later, the big Viking dude shows up and starts hurling his hammer around. Jordan puts up a pretty good fight and Sam joins in, but while he's super strong, he's not the best at combat. Emma tries to get really big, but she's too freaked out to focus her emotions. As the Viking knocks out most of the people in his way, he corners Marie, when suddenly Victoria Newman's daughter shows up and does her freaky tentacle thing and tears Victor apart. And guess who else shows the fuck up? Stan motherfucking Edgar! Emma says it best. Wait, what the actual fuck is happening right now? Marie cuts a deal with Stan that if she helps him with whatever he's trying to do, he takes the rest with him and protects him, and he agrees to this. Now Stan Edgar isn't necessarily a good guy. I mean, he was the former head of Vought, but he does hate Homelander, and so that's pretty good for me. He takes them to a kind of old factory in some industrial district, and down an elevator to a super reinforced secret bunker lab type of thing. While the rest get cleaned up, Stan makes them some breakfast and answers any of their questions to the best of his ability. We find out about the Odessa project was literally created by Godolkin to create a living god. Children were injected with V at the blastocyst stage, sorry if I mispronounced that, which I'm assuming is like when the fetus first forms. Anyway, only 2 of the test subjects ever survived, Marie and Homelander. Emma and Sam do some more catching up, and he expresses that being in this bunker makes him feel like he's back at the woods. He then apologises for what he did last year. Sam would like to pick up where they left off, but also not. A do-over more like. Emma definitely still has feelings for him, but Sam doesn't want to push it either, and so he hands her the remote for the TV and tells her he's gonna take a shower. Stan Edgar continues to drop some more exposition, that Cypher basically wants to eradicate all regular humans off the earth. You know, soup supremacy. He mentions that while he was still in charge at Vought, he forced Cypher to shut down the project, because he felt like it was a risk and wasn't going anywhere. And without a genius like Godolkin around, it didn't matter anyway. It dawns on Jordan and Kate that burnt man they saw at Cypher's mansion is Godolkin. Called it. Stan says this information changes things now, because originally his plan was to retake Vought and use Marie to kind of control the soups and keep them in line. But if Godolkin truly is alive, he may hold the secret to truly controlling the soups on a much grander scale. Zoe Newman and Annabeth have a little chat. Zoe thinks the world of Marie and asks what it's like having a big sister. Annabeth lies to her, not wanting to make things awkward, and then shares some sweet memories of her and her sister from when they were younger, before the powers activated and their parents were killed. Stan Edgar takes Marie to his office and hands her a bunch of secret files, all of Godolkin's research. There are folders filled with technical schematics for those collars they use, the subsonic devices, all that sort of stuff. Stan comments that if Godolkin is alive, his knowledge, his research could allow them to eventually even have complete control over Homelander and put a stop to him. He then tells Marie flat out she's more powerful than all her friends combined, and she needs to accept that. Those who remain will then shape the world. The relationship between Jordan and Marie has deepened significantly, and he encourages her to keep exploring her powers, as scary as it might seem. He believes in her, and she's a real hero. Back at Polarity's house, Cypher is losing his shit. His whole plan is unravelling. He takes his anger out on Polarity himself by having him slap himself using his little mind control ability. He then does his villain monologue thing and reveals a part of his plan is to basically create a bunch of strife on God U's campus, so that the students go apeshit and try to kill each other, leaving only the strong standing so he can basically create his own army, his own X-Men so to speak. He then tries to have Polarity hit himself again, but he resists. The powers create some kind of implosion though, and a shockwave sends them both flying apart from one another. Night has fallen and Marie checks in on her sister, who's finally sound asleep, and then heads up and out of the bunker. Kate follows her and asks her to fix her, and in exchange she'll come along and help her. Marie begins to walk down the street and Kate follows behind. Cut to black. And that wraps it up. Not a very exciting episode in terms of action or so, although the little throwdown outside of the school was pretty fun. However, this episode served as a purpose in setting up the final pieces on the board, and while we still don't know the full extent of Cypher's abilities, we do now know his ultimate goal, and he's gotta go. I still think the storyline from the comics is much darker, but when it comes to the television universe, this one fits right in with their current themes. Still holding off on any ranking until the season finishes out, but I really can't complain. Both The Boys and Gen V are some of the best superhero-oriented media currently out there. It's also got me super hyped for the next season of The Boys, because aside from the mirror it's holding up to our current social and political reality, shit's about to go down once Homelander fully initiates his plan to take over the planet. Okay, I want to thank you all for checking out the video. What do you think of the season so far? Do you wish the series was closer to the source material, or do you like that they are doing their own little thing? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to blast that bell icon to stay up to date with all our latest releases. And if you're on mobile, make sure to click that hype button by swiping left on the comments. We'd greatly appreciate it. I've been your host Sarah, and thank you for being here with me today. I hope you have the most beautiful day. Take care and goodbye.
Yo, I really had to hurt for it, work for it, hurt for it, work. Yo, I really had to hurt for it, work for it, hurt for it, work. Yo, I really had to hurt for it,